Good morning, my fellow traders. Hope you all enjoying your weekend. And if you're watching my video in the evening or in the night, then good evening, good afternoon, and good night as well. YouTube is bringing an amazing feature, which is an automatic dubbing. What I understood from this email, that you can automatically get a translated audio tracks in different language. For example, in Spanish, Portuguese, German, French, Italian, Hindi, Indonesian, Japanese will be dubbed into English, and videos in English will be dubbed into those languages. So if you're someone who is from different part of the world and want to watch my videos in these languages, then I can't wait for this feature to enable in next couple of days. Keep an eye on my videos to see if that feature is on. Today in this video, we're going to do analysis of net gas, gold, silver, crude oil, and we're going to go through US cocoa today as well. But as always, I want to make my weekend's video as informative as possible for you guys so that you can learn something out of my experiences. I try to give you as much as knowledge through my daily videos so that you can at least able to get my honest review of the market. I always say that I don't force anyone to get my full analysis when you are my member. Even if you are not my member, I give you so many good calls talking about gold, talking about silver, which I mentioned in my YouTube videos. I try to give you as much as knowledge as possible. So I highly recommend you guys to watch the first part of the video, because in this first part I'm going to show you the trades I've personally taken, the trades I've avoided, the reason I've avoided those trades, and the reason I've taken some trades. Some trades that was mentioned in my live session with the members, so that you can see actually what we do if you are a member or if you want to become a member. And if you follow me on YouTube, that is something is really valuable for you, so that you can see how I give my mentorship to the students, to the members. I'm going to show you some trades I've taken and mentioned live. I'm going to show you the trades I've sent to the members. I'm also going to show you the zones, the commodity zones, Forex zones, indices zones that played out, that did not play out as well, so that you can see the clear picture. Now, before I continue, I always mention that if you're someone who want to get an extra confidence out of my reports, out of my trade alerts, again, it is not a signal group. I do send these alerts to show you how I personally enter my trades, because I'm also going to show you the multiple entries we had throughout the week. And if you are my student, you don't even need to wait for my signal. Students mean if you are in my premium plan, you get these entries. The candle is closed, you take your trades right there and right then. You know the 6 rules, you know all the rules of the entries, you don't need to wait for my alert. But if you are someone who is maybe a profitable trader, who maybe have a good knowledge, who knows what to do in the market, you get my reports, and these are the very strongest zones I send you. And the results are in front of you, and most of the time, I would say more than 85% of the time, my reports played out perfectly fine. And trade alerts is something you can learn from what I'm personally looking at for the entries. So it is something you'll get. You can double check your entries with me. You can basic coaching, of course, when you send an email to me, Umar, if that's a valid entry or not, I can also reply you with that. So sometime you can DM me on Instagram, sometime you can email me. I reply you as soon as possible, giving you the priority as you are the member. And then standard plus band, of course, everything you get here. And with that, you get live session. For now, we are doing once a week, where we discuss the entries, what to expect from the market. For example, I've sent you the reports throughout the weekend. Then sometimes the situation changes. For example, for the silver, we were looking for the sell, but in the midweek, we had a buy condition, which I've mentioned in my live session, which I'm going to show you as well, because everything should be transparent. I don't say something which I don't personally do. I want to show everything with my clips, what I've did, what I've not done, everything for you to see with the full transparency. So someone who is looking to interact me once a week, asking for the entries, not just the charts, not just the commodities. If you're looking at crypto, Forex, indices, any other market out there, we can discuss those entries. But for the premium plan, if you're just a total beginner, I will not recommend you to follow any signals. If you're a total beginner, you want to make it in the trading world, then at least go for the premium plan. It is nothing for you. The amount of money you lose in the market, it is nothing for you. At least you will know what you are looking in the charts, not taking blind trades, not guessing the market. It is not a game of guess, it is a game of probability. That is why I show you my results every week, every weekend, that it is still relevant according to the strategies I teach here in this group. With that, a Discord group is there where my students are discussing the entries, the possibilities, where I jump in as well in the discussion if I need to, which is what I call a full mentorship for my students. Now I want to start with commodities first, which is number one. We had Palladium. Now, this was the report sent to the members at the start of the week, which is on 2nd of March. I've sent these zones to the member, clearly mentioned that Palladium is pushing down and now inside of the major support zone. All I'm looking at are possible entries within this zone. Now, I personally take my trades on 4 hour. Like I said, if you are someone who's already a profitable trader, who know how to trade, who are maybe taking trades on smaller time frame, it is an entry. And what entry is that? It is not an alien for you because I've been repeating these entries in my weekends video or in my videos as well. We do have a hit of the zone. Price also formed a Morningstar pattern. If you don't know what Morningstar pattern is, it is a video linked in my playlist. Feel free to watch that, how to identify valid candlestick patterns. We had a double bottom, we had a Morningstar, multiple entries here, and that perfectly pushed up from here all the way to here, enough to hit your targets. So first, what we learned from this trade? We learned that we are only going to enter the trade once the price hit my major area of value, which is right here, which we were already prepared from a couple of weeks. Once the price came in my area of value, we were just looking for a possible signal, which is right here, a Morningstar, a double bottom, bullish engulfer, odds in the favor. And as you can see, we had a massive move here out of Palladium. No ifs, no buts, we were not entering right here because in the market, if you draw the zone, let's say right here, what do you see? It looks like a zone, right? For me, I did not draw my zone here. My zone was right here, and it is something I call a rule, and it is something I call my own personal strategy. And it is something my students are learning if you are a full premium member. Then we had silver. Now, a good example of this commodity is that we had a change in trend here in silver. First, I was looking for the possible entries after the retest of the zone above in red to take the sell trades. But it is something I have given you free in my YouTube videos. Announced in my video that we are getting a possible entry. Now, in my live session, I've said that yes, now we are not looking for sell trades anymore, but we are looking for buy trades in this zone. A quick clip from a live session, a members only live session where I've mentioned that, and also just feel free to check my last YouTube video where I've mentioned this entry. Sometimes silver is faster, sometimes gold is faster, and whichever is faster, it also pulls the other one behind that. So, but we are at the rejection zone, which is right here of head and shoulder pattern. Now, if the silver forms a bullish engulfer right here, not like that, this is not valid because we want to see a termination zone, a hit of termination zone, then a push down. Now, simply a bullish engulfer, if that forms here, it will also push the gold higher as well. So I'm looking at silver as both are forming a bullish pattern. Gold has already formed a bullish pattern that is above 50 EMA. If gold forms bullish engulfer here, pushes up, it will likely to push the silver higher as well. Nice one. So you see the power of patience, and when the trend changes, we are not going to enter blind trades from these zones. When the trend changes, in the live session, again, if you are a member, then you get a live session once a week where we can discuss opportunities. If the things goes wrong, if the direction changes in the market, I will be there to inform you. Now we are not looking for sell trades. Instead, we are looking for the buy trades. With this nice bullish engulfer, there is a clear entry on 1 hour. With this nice bullish engulfer, there is a clear entry on 4 hour as well, making this a valid and a big trade here on silver. And that was mentioned in the live session. In the report, a good example and a good lesson to learn. If the condition changes, we are not taking the blind trades. I was looking for the sell, but the condition forms a buy signal, which again I teach my students. I have lessons in my course where I teach you the full rules of entering head and shoulder pattern. Then we have wheat. Right here, as you can see, wheat also bounced up with a nice bullish pattern right here. The zone was sent to the members from a couple of weeks that I'm only looking at this area for the possible buy trades. We did not enter here. So if you mark your zone somewhere here, does that look like a zone? It does, right? Resistance, support here. But I was not entering my trades here. My zone was quite lower, but that is my rule and that is what we waited for. Saved us to enter any blind trade. Again, if you're learning from someone else's strategies, stick with that. If you're learning from me, make sure you're just watching my videos. Otherwise, it will just confuse you. Don't go out there, look for different strategies. Learn few strategies, become a pro in that, backtest it more than 100 times and only then trade in the live market. If you are a beginner, please do not spend your hard-earned money by just guessing in the market. I will not say like the others that if you want to spoil your money, go to the casino. Instead, invest that money in an education. If you want to invest that money in my course, learn my strategy. If you like my strategies, if you like my teachings, go for it. You will get tons of value. You will not regret buying it. But if you like someone else's, if you follow someone else's, please don't just watch the videos. Learn the full system if you really want to become a full-time trader. Then we have sugar. Now a good example of that here in sugar. We were looking for the price to hit the zone that the price was currently inside of. Now here on this zone, I want to enter my buy trade. Now do you see any sort of buy condition here? No, we did not see any buy condition. Nothing here. So we are not taking any entries. The zone was broken. Instead, I will go short from this zone rather than taking my buy trades. So on 4 hour, we haven't got any buy entry, but look here on 1 hour time frame, that was an entry, and again that wouldn't have been played out. I never trade sugar on smaller time frame than 4 hour. That is why I did not see that. I was looking at on 4 hour, but it would be a valid entry as well. Again, back tested. If sugar performs well on 1 hour time frame, then go for it. If not, stick with 4 hour like I personally do. But on 4 hour, no entry, no conditions means no entries. I move forward, change in trend, I will instead go for the short trade. That was quick analysis here on sugar as well. In case you want to mark these zones, that is the number in blue you need to plot on your charts. Then we have cotton. Played out nicely. As you can see, the zone was broken. All I was looking at, sell trades, but with a retest. It should be resistance, not support. A typo here, I forgot to change it, but I'm sure you guys must have figured it out because that was red and broken below. So that was resistance zone. I was paying attention with the possible sell trades and clearly mentioned that I'll monitor this area for the possible sell opportunities for on smaller time frame with the price if the price retest it from below as long as entry conditions are met. Now personally, I don't trade cotton a lot, but on 1 hour we had a valid double top with a pin bar right here, and then the price quickly fall down. If you're someone who trade cotton commodities, that is a valid signal on 1 hour time frame. That played out on 4 hour, a minor double top which is right here, first top, second top with bearish engulfer that nicely pushed lower as well. So again, that was not my trade, but my zone has played out perfectly fine. Let's look at Forex pairs. How nicely some zones played out, some didn't. Here on EURUSD, what I was looking at. Again, that date needs to be changed. Let me show you that as well when I created this file so that there is no confusion. Right here, as you can see, this file was created on 3rd of March. So I forgot to change the date. I have to do a lot by my own. I know you guys are smart and figured it out as well. So click here, get info. This file was created on 3rd of March. So that is it. And let's change the date to 3rd of March. I'm doing it in front of you. Right here, save it. So the zone was sent to the members for the EURUSD to look for the sell trades here on this platform. Now, do you see any entries here? There is no entry. No condition means what? No conditions mean no entry. If you're looking at the pin bar, I normally enter a few pips below and that wouldn't have been played out, and that was not really a pin bar. I want to see a longer wick with a smaller body. So here the price pushes up. Instead, I'm going to use this zone as my buying area instead of selling this zone. So quick analysis on EURUSD. If you want to mark the zone here, this is the zone. That is the zone looks like it, which is right here. If you want to mark these on your charts, mark these zones. A quick analysis on EURUSD, and right here my Fibonacci level looks like this: 50% retracement, buy limit order, take profit will be till 1.618 retracement in the long run. So quick analysis here, but I want to show you that it didn't play out, means there is no entry. Let's look at the next one. I don't want to show you all of them, but here your GBP also broke above and that didn't play out. So let me show you the zone that played out nicely. NZD Japanese yen, we were looking at the zone above for the possible sell entries. I've clearly mentioned the price move into the zone, in the red zone. It will come in the valid, should be trend continuation zone, bearish area, and I will take my sell trades from these zones. Now on 4 hour, haven't got any entry, but if you scroll down to 1 hour, we had a nice bearish pattern. That would be stronger here, and then it nicely pushed lower. So again, a good entry on 1 hour, but not on 4 hour. I might go for the double top if the price pushes back up here. So Again, the zone played out perfectly fine. If you're someone who just used my zone for the extra confidence, it is a good push down out of my zone at around 162 pips, more than that. Then we have GBPNZD. How nicely the price pushed up from this zone. Now here I've taken this trade on 1 hour time frame, and what do you see here? A nice bullish engulfing pattern, which is right here in decision candle, which is then followed by bullish engulfing pattern that confirms that the bulls are taking over, and that nicely hit my 1.421 reward to risk ratio target. So no ifs, no buts. What we were looking at, we were just looking for the price to come in this zone, form some sort of solid condition. Again, that is not valid entry. For me, valid entries comes with lots of rules, but very simple rules. For every strategy, I have my rules. Might looks valid to you, but for me, it is not valid. It is valid. It both looks valid to you, but I look for the very small details. I look for some rules. When it meets, only then I take my trades. Again, if you are my student, you know all the rules for your entries. So that is it for the zones. We are still waiting for the other zones. For example, indices. We are looking at some Forex pair. We are looking at some commodities for the price to come down, come to, and then we're going to enter those trades, which I'm going to update you guys in the upcoming weekend's video. But these are the zones so far that played out. Some didn't play out, and the zones that didn't play out, there is no entry condition. That is the beauty of trading. Now, before I end, I want to show you the crude oil zones and trade. It is something I also mention in my videos every day. Now here in crude oil, I've sent these zones to the members. Now if you're a member, of course, you get the zones, you get the targets and everything to look at every weekend. Here, we were looking at the zone above. If the price retest the zone above, we're going to enter the sell trade, and as clearly mentioned, the crude oil is moved below the structure level, forming a trend continuation zone. Market red. Let this daily candle close. At that time, the candle still didn't close. It is a valid trend continuation zone, means it will continue to push lower. And I will watch this zone closely for the sell opportunities on a smaller time frame if the price pulls back to the zone. Then we have a support zone. I've mentioned that it exists below the current price, and if the price reaches my zone, I'm going to take my buy trades. Now, crude oil is not one of my best commodities if you are talking about pullback strategies, but from the zones and the chart patterns like head and shoulder pattern, double bottom pattern, crude oil works perfectly fine. I would say more than 60% it performs well with the chart patterns, not with the pullback entries. Now, the chart pattern means double top, double bottom. Aggressive entries sometimes don't play out well. As a good example, right here, this entry, that was a stop loss hit, which I've already mentioned in my videos. But here with the double bottom, what do you see here? Clearly mentioned in my video that if we have a red and green candle, that will be a good entry. Let me show you the quick clip from the video where I mentioned this entry. Crude oil just came back in the zone, and we are still intact with this zone. Now, just mark your rejection box like this and just look for the possible double bottom pattern. We have a first bottom. All I want to see a red and a green engulfing candle, or a green pin bar, or just a pin bar candle. That is all I want to see. A 382 bullish candle within this rejection box, a next candle. If we have that, we have a minor double bottom at the major support. Stop loss can be placed below the zone. Take profit can be 1-to-1, manage to 1.2 to 1, 4-to-1 reward to risk ratio. With that, if we also are getting a nice RSI divergence, which is right here, and right here makes it a very strong entry if we have a double bottom pattern with this divergence. So perfect. So as you can see, no ifs, no buts, no confusing statements. I've clearly mentioned that yes, that didn't play out, but we are still intact with the zone, and if there is a condition, I'm gonna go long. With that, with the members, you have the zone there, everything in front of you. Why can't you make money in the market? If you know the full rules, if you know the strategy, if your trading psychology is strong enough, you are disciplined, only then you can make money in the financial market. A good example of that is divergence with a double bottom, double top A, double bottom A. Both zones played out awesomely. That is 1-to-1, and that is 1.4-to-1 reward to risk ratio target. I'm going to do full analysis of crude oil in the analysis part of the video. So hope that gives you some confidence that people out there says that trading is not an easy thing. It is easy if you follow your rules. If you are disciplined, it is easy. This week at the start, I did not get any opportunity to enter the trades, but at the midweek on Wednesday, I got this opportunity. I want to show you this trade that is still running, which is right here. Now that came close to my take profit that was sent to the members as well. That almost pushed down how many pips? That almost pushed down 117 pips and then pushes back up. Now that is something we call patience, disciplined. I didn't cut my profits here. If you're a member, that's totally fine. That's totally your own thing. For me, I saw this profit, a big profit here, then I'm in a loss again. I'm not sure how it's going to go next week. It might hit my stop loss, but I've shown you the multiple trades I've taken. That is nothing for me. I'm still up in the profit. It is just another day, maybe a losing trade for me, maybe a winner for me. It might reverse from here. It might hit my stop loss. If it hit my stop loss, I'm done with this trade. My account is protected with what? With stop loss. That is why you need to have your stop loss there. Without stop loss, you are just gambling in the market. You are just buying stress for yourself. You are just buying frustration for yourself. If you are frustrated, if you are angry, then trust me, it will affect your family life as well. Take trading calmly. Treat trading as your business. Only then you can make it in a trading world. So that was sent to the members. With that, an amazing trade happened right before the market closes, which is NatGas trade. Right here, that was sent to the members. Now that quickly pushed higher when I was sending this alert. As soon as the candle closes, I've sent this as an alert and mentioned that this trade is going to be risky as the market can open above or open below after the weekend. I didn't know that the price is going to push up that quickly. As soon as I've sent a send email button to the members, it quickly pushed up. The members might have not taken this trade, or they might have, because this is the entry I've clearly mentioned in my YouTube video, and you can't say I've not mentioned that. I wanted to see some more pullback above 50 EMA for the good entry, and that is something I've exactly done myself. The YouTube audience, not the members. For the members, of course, you get stops and target. YouTube audience, they can't say that I've not mentioned it. But if you're someone who look at the FOMO, who are saying that yes, market is now giving a pullback, you start buying here, just to mediate your positions, just to get at the better entry, buying here, you might be out of the market where this weak market might chuck you out of the market, because you won't be able to hold on with the trades. But instead, I looked for the confirmation, which is my bullish engulfer, clearly mentioned in my video, then sent to my members right at the close of the market. Now, I've closed this trade. I'm not sure about you, because I don't like to hold NatGas trade over the weekend. I've closed this trade right here. For me, that is enough target. That is 1.5 to 5 to 1 reward to risk ratio target. That is all. But it might open above in gap, it might goes in your favor. I'm not sure what's going to do afterwards, which is something. For me, that trade happened. Right here, I've taken the profit. Now, this year, so far, I've sent 3 trade alerts, and touch wood, I would say, all 3 of them, they take profits. Here on NatGas, I've sent this trade alert to the members. A good trade before time, this trade alert to the members, and then today I've sent this trade alert to the members, and all of them, they hit profits. I'm not sure how it's going to perform the next one. Next one might be a loser, but we must be prepared by having the stop loss there as well. Now, a good example of this trade. Now, if you're my student, you don't even need to wait for my signals. As soon as this candle is closed, you bought here, maybe out of this trade with a little scalp, because you know the 6 rules of my entries that met here. So that is the benefit of learning the system yourself rather than relying on signals. So a good example of this trade that nicely hit the take profit. Now let me show you some trades that happened throughout this week. First, I want to show you this trade. Now, multiple times, again and again, I mention these entries, which is what? Pullback entry below 50 EMA. You can't say I don't mention these. You can't say I've not taught you these entries on my YouTube videos. And what do you see here? A nice break of the structure, a nice pullback to the structure, nice bearish engulfer hitting my 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio target. I've kept my target to the recent little support here, but it pushes even lower, hitting my 71 pips take profit. It is insane amount of move quickly happened. Now, it is not something I've just taken myself. If you watch me in a live session, for example, my members, if you are a member, I've mentioned this entry to look for this pair specifically for your entries. Let me show you the clip from my live session. USDCHF just broke below, made a new low, and all we are looking at bearish trades. Nice cross on daily. Yep. So let's see some more pullback. I want to see some more pullback. Then a bearish engulfer will be a good entry conditions. Keep an eye on this pair. Only bearish trades for USDCHF. Perfect. So as you can see, I've clearly mentioned to look for these entries. Now, if you really follow me, if you listen to me carefully, I mentioned these tips in my videos. It is your job to understand and implement in your trading and learn that as well. If you're confused, DM me on Instagram. If you're confused, email me. Ask me questions. I'm always here to help. I try to reply you, respond to your messages as soon as possible. Now I'm going to show you one more trade. Now this trade was really risky for me, but again I didn't send this as an alert. It is an exact same entry you have seen on natural gas. Here, what do you see here? Pullback entry bullish above 50 EMA. Pullback entry bullish above 50 EMA. Now the price was already higher. Now I have a friend circle with me. Sometimes we discuss an entry. So I've sent this entry in my friend's WhatsApp group. Now they said that, oh my, it's going to be risky. Don't need to take it. But again, my rules were met. I want to enter this trade with a low risk. And that quickly pushed higher and hit my take profit. Again, a valid entry, met my 6 rules, and now that was one of the winning trade I've taken this week. Now this entry is not alien for you. A trend is your friend unless and until it bends. There is no level of resistance above. That is why I have taken this trade. As you can see, the price was also above this previous anchor, broken of this anchor level as well, and the entry formed right at this anchor. So that was 2 extra confidences for me to enter this trade, and that played out perfectly fine. Then we have CADJPY, exact opposite. I've not managed this trade because we are at a level of support, little support here, and I just want to keep it 1-to-1 for this trade, as I had some good winning trades for me. That was an entry, and as you can see, that was pullback entry bearish, exact same entry I've just shown you, but the opposite. Now I'm going to show you 2 more trades. One is Forex, one is copper. Very important for you. Now these trades were mentioned in my live members only session. Now right here, what do we have? We had a nice bullish engulfing pattern right here, and with that the price pushed up, hitting 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio target. Now it is not something I've personally taken. It is something that was clearly mentioned in my members only live session. I want to show you the clip from that as well. I'm not going to take this one as we already had one entry just before that. So see some push down. It is a level of support. Here I want to see a buying condition from the support zone, which is right at 0.6149, goes up to 0.6188. So if you have a double bottom here, I will go long. Perfect. So you see the power of taking the trades. Now that was a bearish entry, but it also approaches at the level of support. Now here ATR is 21. This trade would have played out with a smaller target. If you are a student, that would have played out, and immediately after you exit your sell trades, it has formed a bullish engulfing pattern. You see the power of taking your trades with conditions and entry patterns. Everything you have learned in the course, or maybe in my videos, that is showing the signs of winners. Sometime it won't play out. I've shown you the trades already. Sometime it plays out. I've already shown you the trade that is running in the loss, and I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but I wanted to show you that as well, that trading is not just about winners but probability. If you know the rules, if you know the system, then trust me that the game of your trades will go to the next level. Finally, I want to show you the copper. Now this zone was sent to the members, and this entry was also mentioned in my live session. The zone above was sent to the members, zone below was sent to the members not this week, a week before that. Since we didn't get a chance to enter this trade with this big bullish momentum candle happened right after the hitting of the zone, it didn't give me a chance to enter this trade. But after that the price came back, forms this pin bar, forms this double bottom, an entry condition, and you see how nicely it pushes up. Not just saying that, I've clearly mentioned this without ifs and buts in my live session. Let me show you the clip from that. Copper is back, heading back towards a level of support. Now it is still a valid support because we didn't get a chance to enter any trade. So simply look for a double bottom, and all the way from here to the wick, which is right here, mark it orange or yellow, whatever you want to do it. So we are getting a possible double bottom pattern right here. So we had actually a double bottom pattern with this 382 candle. So yeah, that's a possible buy signal. We haven't got any divergence in the RSI, so it's going to be weak signal, not the strongest signal, because we do had this first bottom here as well, second bottom and third bottom right here. So triple bottom we have. So it would be good if you have a red and a green bullish engulfer like this. If we have that, in that case the signal will be better than this 382 candle. Otherwise we are still bullish. We are above 50 EMA, sorry, we are above the support and above rejection box. That is itself a bullish pin bar that might push up from here. So it's going to be risky if you want to take it by keeping your stop loss below, somewhere below, or an ATR below this wick. Perfect. So as you can see how nicely it bounced up from a zone. As you can see, I've also sent these zones to my members not this week, but on 23rd of February. Then it came back to my zone again and forms a condition mentioned in my live session. Who says you can't make money in the market? You can make money in the market if you follow the simple rules. That insane moves has given you insane amount of profits as well. And that is what you call patience and taking your trades with conditions. With that being said, let's wrap the first part of the video, and I hope you have learned lots of things in the first part of the video. I hope you have learned the trading psychology, hope you have learned the patience, hope you have learned the power of taking your trades with right entry conditions without guessing in the market. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button for me, and if you're new, join Money Markers family so that we can all trade together and trade efficiently. Let's move and start our analysis, starting with natural gas, gold, silver, crude oil. Now, first, let me show you the clip from the last video so that we can connect the dots from there. And in case you have not watched the first part of the video, which is really bad, you must go back and watch the first part of the video. But let's see the clip and I'll come back right away. Looking at the fact we are still above 50 EMA, that is why my bias is more towards the upside. But remember, if we break and close below with a solid candle, in that case, I will not take any entries. But instead, we are still above 50 EMA. I want to see a bullish engulfing pattern above 50 EMA, which will become a very solid pullback entry after a nice push up. And if you have a nice pullback above 50 EMA, and again, if you are my student, you know what entry pattern is that. A pullback entry with the 6 rules are met must be above 50 EMA. If you have that, there is one more entry condition, which is the strongest entry condition after a deep pullback. Nice one, perfectly pushed up. Mentioned you in the video, in the live, mentioned that in the last video. Send that as an alert to my members, and that nicely hitting the targets. As you can see, I've closed this trade because I didn't like to hold the trades over the weekend, especially nat gas. Now you see how perfectly price is pushing up with a trend. Now I want to show you some trades that we have taken personally previously. This trade I've sent to the members on 20th of Feb. This trade I've sent to the members on 25th of Feb. And this trade I've sent to the members just 5th of March. How nicely the condition forms, and we've been taking these trades. And then finally the fourth one, which is right here, sent on 7th of March. Now this trade was clearly mentioned in my video with the stops and targets. So 4 trades but 3 sent to the members. Now I want to show you how nicely it is pushing up and the concept of an uptrend. Now once the price broke above these highs, the price just forms an anchor level, which is right here. As soon as the price broke above the high, I was looking at the pullback to my anchor level right here to take an entry. But before that, the price also formed a bullish engulfer in an uptrend above 50 EMA. So with this uptrend, I got an opportunity to take a trade. Then the price pushes down to my anchor level, forms a bullish engulfer. I've taken this trade. So price made a new high, then a pullback, then a bullish engulfer. Then some more pullback after this high. We had a bullish engulfer. Now for my next entry, I wanted to see either a break of this high, or if the price breaks below 50 EMA, I would just go for a short trade, which happened. The price broke below 50 EMA, and we haven't got any opportunity to sell the market. Instead, we had a shoot up. Now, I was back in the plan B that if the price break above these highs, I will start to look for my buying opportunity. So as you know, I look for Ovanda and Capital.com charts. I'm going to go through NEMEX as well. And what happens after that? Price broke above this anchor right here, forming an anchor support. With that, we are above 50 EMA and price forms a bullish engulfer. What is stopping me to take an entry? Nothing. A valid condition at the anchor level. Now for the next entry, it is very simple, very easy. As you remember, I've said that expect a pullbacks from here. That happens. Now again, the market is likely going to take a breather. Every time the market plays a new high, it is likely to take a breather. As you can see, the price broke above, made a high, a breather, made a high, a breather, made a high, a breather. Breather means a pullback. Made a high, a breather, made a high, a big breather, made a high, and then a pullback. Now, just going to go with the trend. That is all we need to look at. For your visuals, you need to mark a little zone like this and just wait for the price to break above 4.562 and close as well. Once it closes, then again, I might use this zone with a bullish engulfer for my entry exactly like this and exactly like this. And if your price comes down, forms bullish engulfer, I'm going to go long. So if the price pushes up, hit the level above on Capital.com, which is right here, 4.844 goes to 5.366. Let's say the price pushes up. That doesn't mean I'm going to go for reversal. I've been mentioning that from last couple of months that reversal will only happen once on a daily time frame we are broken below these lows, which never happened. Now, what's the price at this zone? I will go for the scalp if the price forms clear bearish engulfer or double top, exit my trade maybe to this anchor with a better reward to risk ratio target. If the price forms a bearish engulfer inside the upper level, we have a good room to manage our trades. Otherwise, I will see it accordingly once the price forms a bearish engulfing pattern from this zone. For now, it is very likely the price is going to push up and continue to push up to this zone. But for me, conditions matter. I want to see a break and close above, then a pullback and a pullback entry bullish. Very simple, like I always say, simple entry need to look at, and be patient guys. Don't need to rush in a trades. Look for the valid entry condition. But if you're someone who trades on smaller time frame, yes, you can look for these conditions on smaller time frame. That's totally up to you. Talking about myself only. Now, break above, close above with a pullback. That is all I'm looking at for the next entry condition. For now, expect rejection from A, which is likely, a pullback which is likely, and then a continuation towards the upside. So I'm expecting a retracement and then continuation towards the upside. Now, if the price opens above these highs, in that case, yes, simply look for the pullback and bullish engulfing pattern. If the price opens below 50 EMA, in that case, I will inform you accordingly, but I will not buy this market, which is something I'm going to leave it for the Monday. For now, just look for the break above these high and pullback entry bullish. I will also look at 382 candle above 20 EMA and 50 EMA as well. If the price, let's say, forms a 382 candle bullish, that is again one of my buy signal. Again, if you are my student, look for that entry with full rules. I have not tested that on nat gas heavily, but that's going to be valid entry as well, which I'm going to keep you guys informed as well. So either a 382 candle above 50-20 EMA or a bullish engulfing pattern above 50 EMA. That is all I'm looking at. Retracement, then a push up is expected. Now, it is not a major zone above, and I'm still expecting a price in the long term to push up to the next major and a big levels, which is right here. I don't want to give you any excitements for now, but it is not a major level at this point. So I'm expecting some pullbacks and then a continuation towards the upside. So as long as price is not breaking below the previous low, I will only buy net gas, and which I'm bullish throughout 2024 and so far this year as well. If you have not seen my review video of 2024, my net gas results video is also in the playlist. Feel free to check that out. Now, coming here on Owanda, the zone above, which is right here, 4.658 goes to 4.867. I want to see a continuation hit of the zone and a bearish condition from this zone. Then the price pushes back down above 50 EMA, pullback entry bullish. That is all I'm looking at. So expect a continuation and only buy trades for natural gas. Expect a pullback from these zones, which is a good level, not a minor, not a major, but a very good level from where we can see some good retracements. Here on EMEX, very simple. Wait for the price to break above these highs, which is 4.549. Once we are closed above these highs, only then I will start to look for my pullback entry bullish. Now, here on this platform, that is also a bullish engulfer. What is the ATR? ATR is 10. If you would have entered right here at the close, that pushes up 141 pips. That is insane move. If you follow me on YouTube, I'm paying attention for the possible sell trades, which is right here, these numbers in blue. So only buying net gas. If you remember, I've said that we have a bullish engulfing condition right here, and that is nicely pushing up. All I want to see a breach of this zone for the trend continuation towards the upside. So again, we are bullish for net gas, only buying net gas with a condition like bullish engulfer or 382 candle with my rules. Coming here on gold. Gold is just ranging sideways and soon to be seen a breakout. Now I'm expecting a breakout above 2930.50 because we are above 50 EMA and rejecting multiple times from 50 EMA. So we have a strong bullish pressure. Once we have a solid close with a strong bullish candle, that is an entry and price will likely to shoot up from here. Or less aggressive entry, break above, pullback entry bullish. That is all we are looking at. So that is all I'm looking for gold. Only buy trades, but wait for the breakout for the confirmation. And I'm expecting a breakout as well because we have a good formation of head and shoulder pattern without an entry, but that is an head and shoulder pattern, a bullish pattern. But a breakout will confirm that the price is going to push up from here, which is also one of my entry pattern. Here on silver, price just formed a bullish engulfing pattern. That is my valid entry. If you want to enter at the pullback, it is something like this. Go 1 ATR initially, which is 30 cents. Like this. Or for the bigger targets, go 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio target, or move your stop loss bit below the EMA and go 1 to 1 initially and then manage your trades to these recent highs. So that is what I'm expecting from silver, a valid entry, and silver might push the gold higher as well, and that can cause a breakout of this termination zone. So bullish for silver, a valid entry on silver. Again guys, take your trades on your own risk. Just my opinion, nothing should be taken as any sort of trading advice. Here on crude oil, what a nice push up and a push down from my zones. The zone was sent to the members. That played out perfectly fine. If you're watching my zones carefully, if you're serious about your trading, looking at the zones, then trust me guys, it gives you lots of values. Clearly mentioned these zones, one above, one below, both played out, and that nicely forms double bottom, double top. How nicely it forms the conditions at both area of value, hitting the targets. Now price also forms a bearish engulfing pattern, means we have a likely chance the price is going to pull back down, which is right here, 76 cents ATR. I'm expecting a good push down. It might come down to this box again, rejects from here, and it might form a valid and a major double bottom pattern from here. So looking at that, I'm expecting a good retracement. It is a valid swing high, pullback entry bearish for me. I'm not sure how it performs, how crude oil is going to perform with the pullback entry, but it is one of my valid entry pattern for sell trades. Can be taken as a good and quick scalp till this area, from where look for another entry condition. For the long-term bearish trades, I'm not bearish long-term as long as we are above these highs. Once we are close below these lows, only then I'm bearish completely for crude oil. Finally, we have US cocoa. Now, if you remember in my last video, I've said that we can plot Fibonacci tool, 50% retracement happened and price is now pushing down. We have a bearish engulfer here that also signals that price is going to push down to at least 1.618 retracement. So still bearish. If you're someone who want to look for another trade, look for the bearish engulfer below 50 EMA if you do not want to enter here, because that is not a very good pullback. But with some more pullback, if the price from one more condition, that will be strongest entry, pullback entry bearish. That is all we are looking at. So only bearish trades till the price get to the next level of major support, which is right here, which I'm going to mark in my upcoming video. But roughly the support zone is right here, till where I'm expecting a price to get to, from where we can see another bounce up. So likely to see a bearish moves out of US cocoa as well. So that is it for the long video. Hope you got a value and I hope you have learned something out of it. If yes, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and join Money Markers family. Hope you trade green and see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome weekend.